Welcome back to the Passport Pals podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Olivia.
And we're the Passport Pals. Welcome back to today's episode. Happy Monday.
Woo-hoo. Happy Monday.
How was your weekend?
It was good. Uneventful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not long enough.
Yeah, never long enough. Never, ever long enough. Can you believe it's already July?
That is crazy.
Wait, is it going to be July when this comes out? The last day of June.
This is June 30th.
The last day.
June flew by.
The first 6 months of the year flew by.
I don't know. I feel like up until June, it was pretty slow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
My birthday feels like it was a year ago.
So that means it was slow, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Maybe.
But June, gone in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it's horrific.
I know I didn't get to celebrate summer. All I've been doing is working.
You know, Josh said this to me the end of last year. You made like this commitment to yourself where you were going to like really celebrate every single holiday and like every single season in this year.
Yeah,
and we just really haven't done that.
No.
Well, your birthday, we celebrated pretty big.
Yeah, other than that,
we went on a cruise.
So if you're listening, maybe take a minute. Look out a window, touch some grass, breathe. I don't know. Take in life.
Yeah, really. It's really gone by in a flash, truly. Yeah. It feels, oh gosh. Yeah. I don't even know.
Well, hopefully the rest of summer will be fun.
Yeah. We're going to make it fun. Yeah. But fall and winter have a lot of fun.
We have a lot of things coming. So.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we're doing it.
I don't know if we'll get there, but I hope we do because I'm looking forward to fall and winter for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Lots of travels.
Yes.
Lots and lots.
Lots to talk about.
But today we are going to be talking about everything you need to know about the MSC Divina. Which the reason we're doing this is because over the next month, we're kind of going to have Euro summer. So the start of our Euro summer last year was on a transatlantic cruise on the MSC Divina. So we're going to start here and kind of take you throughout our Euro summer. So stay tuned for the next month. Is all pretty much going to be Euro summer. So I hope you're ready.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. We hit a lot of different places. We were gone for about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Our transatlantic cruise was not 5 weeks, but it
was 3
gone.
Though. So that was a good portion of it.
True. You know, when you say 19 nights...
Like,
it does not sound like 3 whole weeks. So like to think that we were on a ship for 3 weeks is kind of crazy.
It was incredible. So we'll get there. But today we're just going to tell you all the specifics about the MSC Divina, the ship that brought us to Europe. And yeah. But before we get into that, let's get into the passport report. What's going on in the world of travel news over there?
So mine is kind of newsy, kind of not, but I also just wanted to kind of have a discussion about it.
Ooh.
This is a topic that a lot of people at this point know about, but if you don't, where have you been? Because this has been a topic of conversation kind of everywhere. Even if you don't cruise a lot, people have heard about this and are talking about this.
I'm curious.
Okay, so there's this article about a 77-year-old woman from California, Sharon Lane.
Hi, Sharon.
Who moved to the Villa Vie Residences cruise.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I am ecstatic, but keep going.
Okay, so you know about this.
I love Villa Vie Residences. I'm already planning my move. If I didn't have a dog, I would already have a cabin on board.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, well... It set sail in September of 2024. And if you didn't know, Villa Vie Residences is a residential ship that travels around the world. Cabins are sold on a permanent basis or at least for 15 years, starting at $129,000 for an inside stateroom. Monthly fees of $3,000 for single occupancy are additional. But this article is all about the 77-year-old woman who's now living on a cruise ship. And she says, and I quote, "It's not cheap, but says compared to living in California, it's a deal." Now, some people I already know are shaking their heads saying absolutely no way. And some people are like, yes, get me on tomorrow, similar to Josh. with all things considered, food and soft drinks are free on the ship. So is alcohol at dinner, Wi-Fi, and medical visits.
I have been following Villa Vie Residences since before it even launched, and I'm obsessed. I know everything about it. I love it.
Well, I'll have you know there are still cabins available for purchase.
I've been looking.
There's also entertainment, room service, weekly housekeeping, and bi-weekly laundry service at no extra cost.
Wow.
Villa Vie Odyssey owners can also rent their cabin out to others, so maybe you should be contacting Miss Lane. But according to the cruise company, most owners have bought their cabin with the intention of fully living on board.
I love it. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I'd do it
Would
if
you
I was
do
like
it?
retired. I wouldn't do it right now.
I would do it right now.
I would not.
The only thing holding me back is my dog. Sorry, Bruno.
Is that really the only thing holding you back?
It goes around the earth every 3 years, just constantly on a 3-year world cycle. And it spends like long days in ports. You're not just in a port for 12 hours. They spend like days in each port around the world.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings. One side of me is like, I don't know, because people say like, oh, travel when you're in your 20s. So like, why not do 3 years of it? But people, like, there's also this other aspect of like, I feel like there's so much life to live like on land in your 20s. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess, yeah.
And like, I don't think that you'd be on that ship with like people your own age. So I think I'd get kind of like socially isolated.
I've seen some families on board though, so
families. See, I think that if I was like a 30-something-year-old with kids and like a family, like younger kids, I would get on right now. Like if I had like someone to do it with or had people to do it with, yeah. But like if I was just getting on.
What if your forever soulmate is somewhere across the world and you would have never crossed paths if it weren't for this 3-year circulating world cruise?
Well, if they're my soulmate, we're going to cross paths eventually, so I'm not that worried about it. But I don't know. I don't know. Something just like, and like people always say like, don't wait until you're old to travel and don't wait until you're old to do it. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I think I'd have to wait until I was old. There's a lot to do on land right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd miss
can't
life.
Wait. I don't have $100,000 to drop on a cabin, but like if I was in a financially stable place, like I don't even
think if you were financially stable, you could do something like that.
I know. I'd rather, but like if you're buying a house, like nobody can buy a house right now. But if you were in the market for a house, you need like $100,000 to put down on a house. So might as well just put that down on a.
Yeah, but then you're getting charged for single occupancy in an inside cabin for 3 years. I was appalled at the 9-month world cruisers who were doing it for 9 months in an inside cabin. I was like, literally, what a waste of money. Why would you do that? If I'm going on a 9-month world cruise, I'm getting a balcony because there's no way that if I want outside time, I'm going to be around other people all the time. I need my alone outside time. I need my time to like read my silly little book in quiet.
Okay. I could see that.
I would at least need a balcony.
I feel like I could find a little corner. Of course, a balcony would be nice, but balcony cabins are around like $325 on the Villa Vie.
See, this is why I just would not be on until retirement. Maybe I'll get my mom on in a few years and just let her gallivant around the world by herself and be like, "How's it going, Boogie Bear?
Where are you?
Yeah, where are you today?" I bet she'd eat that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, currently JJ Cruise on YouTube is on board. They invited them to document the experience
For 3 years?
No, they only invited them, I think, for like 3 weeks or something, a month, so they could kind of see what it's about.
How do you document the experience in 3 months? That's shorter than the 9-month world cruise was.
Well, yeah, but so they could get a taste and just see what residential cruising looks like.
You know what? Let me shut my mouth. Villa Vie Odyssey, if you're listening, I would love a 3-month trial period. Actually. Now, where does it stop?
Everywhere.
Like what? Like give me an example.
Right now, they just left San Francisco, and I think they're going to like Hawaii, the French Polynesia. I think that's the route they're currently on. But it goes literally everywhere. They're going to Asia, Europe, Africa, South America. Like it's literally going across the world.
Wow.
Somewhere new every week for 3 years straight. And then since you own the cabin, the next 3 years you're going back.
You know, I could drop out of school right now and we could go. I'll like take out a loan or something.
Yeah.
And just tell them I'm buying a house. They don't need to know that it's not on land.
Now, my one thing is I would need a remote job, and then you have to balance, okay, are you working or are you seeing the world? That's the one thing about right now.
Well, I mean, we work and see the world all the time nowadays.
I know. So it would just be a balance and something, because I'd have to be in the mindset, like, I'm not on a cruise. Like, I'm living in this condo.
Was my argument when we were like watching the 9-month World Cruisers, because like, how do you go to school on a 9-month cruise?
Yeah, you have to retrain your brain, because it's like, oh, I'm going to the Caribbean for 7 nights. I don't have to think about real life. Like, yeah, unless you're made of money, you have to think about logistically.
And you'll hear a lot of it. On our 19-night cruise, we didn't do anything.
Not a single thing, which was glorious.
And you could not have paid me to log into Canvas and use a lockdown browser to take a test.
Yeah.
Or to do a remote job.
I quit my job to go on this trip solely because I didn't want to have to worry about anything for 3 weeks.
I did not quit my job, but I did take a leave of absence.
Because I couldn't have taken a leave and then gone back and gone MIA for 3 weeks.
Totally worth it.
It was.
Like, yeah, totally worth it. You know. But there's I just don't think I could do it at this age. That's what I mean. Like, at this age, like you said, I'd have to have an income, because then, like, when you're in port, you're buying things and you still need to, like, function. You know what I mean?
To pay your monthly fee.
Oh, I forgot about the month.
But if you're thinking like $2,000 to $3,000 a month for all your expenses, that's how much, like, if you're living in the real world, groceries, gas, this, that.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you have to pay. And you can wake up in Hawaii or Fiji.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm obsessed with Villa Vie Residences. There's a lot of vloggers and people who live on there, so follow them. There's so many people you can watch. But
maybe someone will rent one out to us.
I was just like last week looking at doing a segment
on
Now, it wasn't like insanely cheap, which is why I never brought it to your attention. But if it was like semi affordable, you would have been hearing about it.
You can still send it to me. A girl can dream. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's so fascinating, and like,
it is that people are choosing to like live on a ship. I don't know. It's interesting.
I would. I would, if I was living like this woman. Like, if I was 77 years old and had lived my life and still had not seen everything that I wanted to see, which, like, literally, how could you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, realistically, a normal everyday person has not seen everything they want to see in this lifetime. So if I'm 77 years old and this thing is still around, oh my god, maybe we should like make a pact. Like, come 77, we'll just get on.
Okay.
Hang out till 80.
And they're planning on adding new ships and this and that. So Villa Vie is planning to change the game.
Okay, that's only 60 years from now. We'll be, yeah.
I better be on before 77.
You think? Would you go with kids? Like if
be digital nomads and like
my family. So picture like I don't know, 15, 20 years from now. Kids, a family, potentially, who knows what life has in store. You have a decent remote job, potentially running your own business, whatever the case might be. You would get on with kids and a family.
I mean, right now I'd say yes, but then I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't know the impact of growing up without stability and whatnot, but it would be a different kind of enrichment. I don't know.
Okay.
But me right now, not knowing anything about having kids, sure, why not?
I watch, I've been watching this one family, the Bucket List family.
Oh.
Since like literally 2015, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, they're so cool. And I think maybe now they have a TV show or something, but they started off on YouTube and they have 3 kids. Started with, I think, one of their children or maybe 2 and then had another baby. But yeah. And they've just been literally like nomads. And they travel the whole world with their kids and document it.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
I mean, Griff and Alyssa take their baby everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I guess if you got a good baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad this was your news. I love Villa Vie Residences so much. I'm obsessed.
Let us know what you think. Would you do it? Would you do it now? Would you do it when you're older? Would you do it with kids? With a family?
But yeah.
Alone? Would you go alone?
They say there's like a
Would you go alone?
I would. I mean, I would miss like family and friends. You being the friend.
Okay. I was gonna say, whoa. We're doing an umbrella statement here.
Well, family and friends includes like 3 people.
No.
But
You need to be very explicit. You, my family, hello. Yeah.
so I would hope that the people in my life would also want to come. But I would maybe go for like a year on my own, maybe do a couple segments. Or, I mean, if I had all the money in the world, I would definitely just buy a cabin and live there like 75% of the time and then fly home sometimes and see people. Because like you own the cabin, you don't have to be on board. It's just your house. You can go on vacation, even though you're living on a vacation.
Wow. Okay, new life goal. Going on vacation and it being like land. I'm going on vacation. Oh, where are you going? Home. To my mom's.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm obsessed. And JJ Cruz is currently on board vlogging, documenting, and I'm closely
I had no
following.
idea. All the content that's out there in the world,
That's
and you
crazy.
just never know about it. Have
Yeah.
you ever heard of the Bucket List family?
No.
They are so freaking cool too.
Well, you watch JJ Cruz's vlogs and I'll watch the Bucket List family.
Go team. Love that idea. All right. What is your passport report for the day?
Well, this one is causing a whole host of controversy in the cruising world.
I think I know what you're about to say, but I'm curious.
So I got to pull up my notes because
Please.
there's a lot to it.
Please do.
So Carnival
Yes, I
has
know exactly
announced
what you're talking about.
that they are changing their loyalty program. It has the Carnival stands in a tizzy.
Tell us more.
So currently, Carnival's loyalty program, you earn points per night you cruise. So if you go on a 3-night cruise, you get 3 loyalty points, whatever. And then once you reach whatever status you're at, you're that status for life, essentially. Well, they have just announced that they are revamping the program, and they're calling it Carnival Rewards, and that you will earn points per dollar spent to achieve status.
Okay.
Now, this rewards program starts on June 1st of 2026, so next year, and then your current status as of June 1st, 2026 will be honored for the next 2 years, so until 2028, or if you're a diamond member, their top tier, it will be honored for 6 years or until 2032. So right off the bat, I don't know why everybody's freaking out.
Right off the bat, I'm wondering why they're even doing it.
Well, I'll tell you why they're doing it, because over the last 3 years, their top tier rewards members have tripled. So they can't offer all these elite benefits for the whole ship, because everybody can't get priority boarding. It's no longer priority and it's stacking up.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
they said they had to revamp the program because there's too many high status people to offer an effective rewards program. So that was their reasoning behind it, they said.
Okay, I can understand that. Makes
So
sense.
now that we know what they're doing, why they're doing it, and when it's going into effect, so how you earn points. So this, I think, is the part that people are most upset about. So you will have a 2-year window to earn your status points. You get 3 points per dollar spent. And now they have a list of points you need for the tiers. Gold tier is 10,000 points. Platinum, 50,000. Platinum's pretty much the the second level down, but there's a lot of platinum members, which are all the people upset. And then diamond is 100,000 points. So you have 2 years to earn 50,000 points to become platinum. Now, to get that, you need to spend $16,000 in 2 years. Now, I don't think that's that bad for a family of 4. You go on a 7-night cruise every year and maybe a 3-night cruise, plus excursions, plus drink packages.
That's bad.
I think
I'm in a tizzy with them.
But I think it's bad in the sense that they're not rewarding loyalty, they're rewarding spending. But I think for loyal Carnival cruisers who are already going on this amount of cruises every year,
But
I think
each of them have a loyalty status?
well, this is the part that's confusing. They haven't said how the points are going to be rewarded. I think if all the spending, everybody gets those points. So let's say the cruise was $4,000. If everybody in the room gets credit for that, I think it'll be okay. If every individual person has to spend that much, that's a problem. But they haven't really explained how it's going to divvy up between people.
I don't like it. I don't think that's realistic. $16,000
In 2 years. But if you're already going on a $4,000 cruise every summer, plus excursions and drink packages and gratuities were probably up to $5,000, $6,000 that people are already spending.
Yeah, but realistically, people in day-to-day life are not going on multiple vacations a year.
So, but if we do the one cruise a year, we're up to $12,000. We're almost there.
So not enough for loyalty. Which, I mean, an average family of 4 is going on one nice vacation a year, especially in this economy.
Yeah.
That's unrealistic. What average human being is able to drop $16,000 in 2 years just to, what, have a status? And then what? They can't afford to rebook another cruise to use their loyalty? If I've just spent $16,000 just to get my loyalty, and now you want me to come back?
Well, then you have that status for 2 years once you get it. But so 2 years to earn, and then it's good for the next 2 years.
I don't know. Versus it used to be.
Once you achieve it, you get it for life.
But how?
So Platinum, the one that everybody's the $16,000 in 2 years, Platinum took 75 nights. So 75 nights on a cruise ship. So however you got that. If you're only going on one cruise a year, it takes you 10 years to get that. 1 7-night cruise.
Well, when you put it like that.
So who
is Platinum?
A lot of people, which is what I'm saying though. There's all these loyal Carnival cruisers. They're already spending the money and they're already coming back multiple times a year.
Right, but like
they're the people who are upset.
Friend of the pod, Jen. She's what? Diamond? Gotta be.
I think so. I don't know. But she's up there.
Right, but is she spending $16,000 a year?
Well, they're also
Are they including casino?
That's an added bonus. So on top of every dollar spent, you get 3 points. You also get 1 point per casino point.
Per casino point.
So that I don't really know how but I know Jen says she gets like 4,000 casino points a cruise sometimes. Again, I don't know how the casino program works. So I think for the gamblers, especially who they target anyways, they're gonna.
So what's gonna happen then to their casino offers?
That's kind of up in the air. I don't know. Nobody really.
Yeah,
knows.
like how's that gonna change? I've never been on a Carnival cruise. I'm not like loyal to Carnival by any means. So I can't really speak on it because I don't really know how their loyalty works. But from what it's sounding like, I'd be frustrated too. If I've spent all this time getting to a loyalty and you've left me with these perks for so long and then all of a sudden you're like, psych.
Yeah.
I think that they should do this only for new loyalty members. Rather than stripping people of their loyalty and being like, start from scratch.
Yeah, but then there's still too many people, which they're saying is the problem.
Or maybe they just adjust the tiers or adjust the ¿cómo se dice? Adjust the benefits rather than like changing the whole system is a little insane.
I don't know. Again, I'm also not loyal to any cruise line, so I don't really cruise for the loyalty. I can see how it is frustrating if you've been cruising Carnival for 10 years and now they're like, you got to spend all this money to get the status. So I could see it from that way. But from an outsider, again, I'm not cruising for loyalty.
No,
like, I don't know.
I'm frustrated with you guys. I'm on your side. That's craziness. Because like literally, because we've been sailing, for example, we've been sailing with MSC for how long? We've established our loyalty. We've established our perks. We enjoy our 1 hour in our thermal spa. We enjoy our discounts. We enjoy our so on and so forth. We enjoy our loyalty. And I've put in so much money and so many nights and I keep cruising with you and coming back because I appreciate the brand that you've created. And now all of a sudden you're like, just kidding, start from the bottom.
Well, MSC actually has the same exact loyalty program. It's based on dollars spent.
Which is fine, but that's what they started off with.
And there, you just have to sail once every 5 years to keep your status. So I think the 2 years should be maybe moved to 3-year earning period.
I think that's more realistic for a family. If that's who you're targeting, if you're targeting, family fun. How are you expecting families of 4, 5, 6 plus to afford all of this and then continue to come back? I don't know. I don't know if that's realistic in today's world.
Yeah, but people are spending it.
That's crazy.
So
I don't think
know.
families.
They're going their 7-night, $5,000 Carnival cruise every summer, which I think is crazy. But people do it.
Wow. What they got going on over there at Carnival? Are y'all doing something? Could you imagine it comes out? It's like a money laundering scheme or something. Never mind. Cut that out. Anyway, if it is, I want to be part of it. I'm just kidding. Anyways, wow.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's in a tizzy. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm in a tizzy with y'all. I don't really know why I'm in a tizzy, but somehow I'm upset for you.
Yeah.
I'd be throwing fits if my loyalty was scratched from me for any cruise line. We just booked with Celebrity and matched our royal status. And I'm looking at all my little perks, all excited to get on this cruise. If they stripped that from me tomorrow and I have a cruise plan, I would literally be furious.
Really?
Yes. And some people have already booked out a year, their trip. And then you're telling them that there's loyalty expectations are not going to be there for them? No way. Literally no way. I feel bad for you guys. I'll keep you in my thoughts because that's crazy. I think that Carnival made a big, bad decision.
It was. It's on the same level as Southwest taking away the free bag.
Right.
It's just dumb.
Right. Like, why are you harming your supporters? Rather,
they say it's easier to keep a loyal customer than to get a new one.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm kind of just neutral. Like, I can see why people are upset, but I can see why Carnival did it.
Let me ask you this. Have passengers been complaining that there are too many people benefiting from the loyalty?
I think I've seen, again, I haven't cruised Carnival in years and I'm in some Facebook groups, but I've seen people saying that the Platinum Diamond parties are like full and overflowing, and they get, if there's so many platinum people on a certain cruise, like I've seen them say like, oh, this is not going to be offered because there's too many people. So I have seen that come. But again, I'm not an avid Carnival cruiser.
I don't know if that would make me upset. We're all in this together, baby. We don't need a party. We can have our own party. Because technically, we are. If you're at a party, surprise, it's a platinum party, apparently. You can make it one. Like, I don't know. If we're all benefiting, there's always got to be that one person who ruins it for everyone. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, somebody had to have complained. But, like, realistically, if I'm getting on a cruise, I'm worried about myself. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're gold, diamond, elite, platinum, yacht club. I don't care what you are. I'm worried about my rewards and my status and my benefits. So, like, you benefiting from the same benefits that I'm benefiting from does nothing to me. Oh, it's not priority boarding anymore. We're all getting on. Like, we're all getting on the ship. Who cares? I don't know. I just don't know if I care enough. But, like, there's always somebody who ruins it for everybody. Like, how does like, if a party being canceled really hurts your feelings that bad, like.
But then also, what's the point of loyalty if you can't get your party?
Because what's a party?
Well, exactly. So are the loyalty benefits worth it? If you don't care about the priority boarding or the party, then what's the point of the loyalty?
Okay. I don't even know. I think for me, like, I care more about like give me a little discount. You know what I mean? Give me a little champagne. Give me a little, like, 10% off your next cruise. Give me a little free drinks for the first night. Give me something to look forward to getting on my cruise. I mean, everyone's different. So there is that argument that, like, maybe someone's looking forward to their cute little party. But, like, there's a party every night. Like, if you need, like, an elite party, maybe cruising is not for you. Maybe you just want to have a birthday party. I don't know. Maybe host a party. Like, I don't know. I mean, everyone is different. So I'm sure someone had to have complained. Enough people had to have said, this is not working. But I don't know. Maybe that's just not me. Maybe I just don't care enough.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about me, baby. If it's not impacting me directly, I just don't care.
Yeah.
And even if it was like, oh, you don't get to go to this party. I wasn't planning on going anyway. So you got me there. You've got me there. You know?
So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see how things pan out. But it's kind of confusing and weird why they would do that.
I'm with you guys. I'd be pissed. Bottom line. I'd be so mad if they were changing the loyalty.
Yeah.
Because I've worked hard enough to get to this position. You're not just gonna like strip me of my title. That's like literally as if you like got like a promotion at work and they were like, "Aw, too many people want this job." So like everyone has to start from scratch and you're all gonna like fight to the death in order to get to this place again. I don't know. I feel bad for you guys. They're lucky it's not me. Is that it for your news?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Let us know down in the comments what you guys think of the new Carnival Rewards program.
Yeah, I want to know. What's the drama? Like, if you have some hard-hitting expose about why this is...
Yeah, because we're pretty much Carnival outsiders. I'm just following this what I'm seeing online and stuff.
Yeah, someone get us on a Carnival cruise.
Yeah.
We gotta get inside the nitty-gritty. I need a guy's burger now. Anyways, all right. Should we talk about our lovely, beautiful Divina?
Let's talk about the MSC Divina. Now, this was your very first cruise ever, so she holds a special place.
She does. She does. She's like, if the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise is my puppy, this is like my baby. You know, like I'll always love the dog, but the baby will always come first. You know what I mean? Yeah, like she's my little muffin, Pookie Angel Muffin Bear.
Yeah.
I love this ship. I love this ship. But
All
she
right.
does hold a special place in my heart.
And we've been on her twice now, once for 3 weeks. So
We learned her well. We did.
Yeah. So tell me, what are the basic stats of the MSC Divina?
Alrighty, so she was launched in 2012, so she's fairly new. She's not that old, in my humble opinion. I consider like 2008 back old, personally.
Yeah, she's less than 15 years old.
Yeah, that's new. She holds 4,345 guests. She was named and designed in honor of the actress Sophia Loren, which I did not know that.
And she's also the godmother.
Oh.
But yeah, they say that the Divina was inspired by Sophia Loren. MSC Divina brings you all the elegance and glamour of the golden age of cruise lines, enhanced by modern technology.
Period. And that she is. She is 139,400 gross tons. She's 1,093 feet long. There are 13 passenger decks. She does have a yacht club, which our first time cruising her, we kind of took advantage of.
Yeah, we did get to go into some exclusive areas because it was like the ship was at 25% capacity.
Yeah, like she was fresh out of her pandemic. And she spends her summers in the Mediterranean and winters in the Caribbean, just like us.
Wow. All right, so for cabins on board, nothing really crazy. She has your traditional inside ocean view and balcony cabins, as well as suites, and then the yacht club specific suites.
For our first one, we were in a inside, and for our transatlantic, we were on a balcony, which we actually got upgraded to.
We did, got a free upgrade to a balcony from an inside room, so it was very nice because we paid for an inside room for $19.99.
And thank God, hallelujah, we got that upgrade because looking back with the amount of time we spent in our room, I don't think I could have done it. In an inside cabin, I would have gone crazy. All right, dining. So included dining, you have the main dining room. There's two of them, the Villa Rosa and the Black Crab.
Ooh.
They have the Calumet buffet.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. The Calumet buffet. Les Muses, included, but only for yacht club guests. And the Piazza del Doge, which is like light bites, sandwiches, cookies. We spent a lot of time at the Piazza.
We had so many sandwiches and cookies.
We love the cookies. All right. Tell us about specialty dining.
For specialty dining, there is the Butcher's Cut, which is the steakhouse, Galaxy Kato, which is the sushi restaurant. They have a sports bar, and then which has like sports food like nachos, chicken wings, stuff, and then La Cantina di Bacco, which has specialty pizza. They do have free pizza up in the buffet, which is incredible, but this is like real stone-fired pizza that you can pay for.
Nice. Tell us about the bars.
So bars on board, most of these bars don't have any specific like drink theming per se, but the lounge themselves that the bar is kind of more themed. So the Silver Lounge, which is kind of overlooking the atrium, is just like a silver modern lounge bar you can hang out in. The MSC Divina bar is in the center of the atrium. Cafe Italia is a coffee bar that's overlooking the atrium. The sports bar, like we mentioned, show live sports. La Luna is the piano bar. Now, on our sailing, at least, it was not your like fun, rowdy piano bar. It was like a classical piano bar. And then Le Siren Bar is the bar at the indoor pool, and then the Poseidon and Triton bars are on either side of the main pool. The Garden Bar, which is probably my favorite on board. We spent a lot of time here. It's in the aft of the ship. It's like an open air bar overlooking the back of the ship. And then the Aurea Spa Bar, which this was kind of a fun one we happened to stumble upon. They have like smoothies and juices that we didn't realize until halfway through the 19 nights that was included with our drink package.
It was devastating. It wasn't halfway. It was maybe like our third to last night. And I was like, are you literally joking right now?
Could have been getting pressed juices the entire cruise.
A smoothie? Are you kidding? I would have loved a smoothie. Anyways.
All right, what can we do on board? What kind of things are offered?
There's a lot to do on board. Although she may seem small, she is in fact mighty. So there are 4 pools, only one of which is in Yacht Club. There's Les Serene, which has the retractable roof, so like the solarium. The Aqua Park, which is the main pool. The Garden Pool, which is the aft infinity pool. And then the One Pool, which is in the Yacht Club. And then the atrium with Swarovski crystal staircases.
Ooh.
Yeah, fancy schmancy. This came as a shock on my first cruise ever. I was like, oh my God, is this like a norm? It wasn't. Peace, love, MSC. The Pantheon Theater, which we spent a lot of time in. The Casino Veneziano, which we also spent a lot of time in.
A lot.
They have bowling in the sports bar. It is like mini bowling.
And it is an added charge, and it was kind of stupid.
It was, but...
We'll tell you more later,
but bowling.
How fun.
But bowling. They have the Black and White Lounge, which is in the aft. It's like a dance floor type area. They have the Golden Jazz Bar.
That was my favorite one on board.
I'm trying to recall.
It was the orange one. With the fun couches.
We spent a lot of time in the Golden Jazz Bar.
Just lounging about.
Yes.
It was incredible.
In fact, the Piazza del Doge, which we've already talked about, we spent a decent amount of time in there.
There was a lot of tables in here. If we wanted to play a card game or just grab a snack, that's where we were.
Typically around midnight, getting our sweet little cookie for the night. The Galaxy Lounge, which was kind of like their nightclub scene. The Cigar Lounge, I don't think we stepped foot in there once. Nope. The spa and the gym, which I absolutely love the MSC Divina spa and gym. I just think it's perfectly laid out and it was lovely. We'll get into that. They have the kids clubs, which we also did not step foot in. The water slide. They only have one water slide on this ship, but it was fun.
It was fun. You didn't do it.
I didn't. Could you have guessed? Yes. They have the sports court. This is where they have like basketball. I think they had
soccer nets.
Nets, pickleball, maybe. I don't know. We don't sport. A 4D cinema and an F1 simulator, which
I'm surprised you haven't done one yet on all the MSC cruises we've done.
I don't like to spend money.
But you love race cars.
I do love a race car. I do love F1. So it's race week, everybody. In case you didn't know, when we're filming, race day is tomorrow. Anyways, and the top 18 sun deck, which is exclusive for Aurea experience guests with hot tub.
All right. And then last but not least, the MSC Yacht Club. We kind of touched on bits and pieces, but if you don't know, the MSC Yacht Club is a ship within a ship experience. It's exclusive. You get butler service, your own private areas around the ship. They have the top sail lounge, which is kind of just like the main hangout space that the yacht club can enjoy. There's also a private sun deck, pool, and whirlpools. And then they have a private restaurant, like we said, Les Muses. So kind of just like an elevated, exclusive experience.
Slay.
Yeah. Still dying to try yacht club.
We'll get there.
Hopefully.
The whole time we've been talking, I've been thinking about how we can book yacht club.
Remember, we're planning on doing the world cruise in 2027 on the Magnifica and the yacht club.
Right, I
So
forgot.
we're saving our pennies now. We have a year and a half.
We haven't started yet. Let me tell you, we just keep spending. So we'll see how that goes.
But yeah, that is pretty much the MSC Divina. Again, she's a mid-sized ship. She doesn't have all the fun thrills that all the newer ships have. But we spent 19 nights on board, and I got to say, I don't think I was too bored ever.
No. No. Again, you've heard me say it. You're going to hear me say it a million billion more times on this podcast. The cruise is what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
We have literally no problem sitting around.
No.
Okay? Let me remind you. He quit his job for this. We were not messing around. Okay? At this point in our lives, too, I think we were both so exhausted from just existing for so long and like just...
Yeah.
I don't even know. Functioning on 150% all the time.
And we decided on a whim like a month prior, you know what? Let's go to Europe for 5 weeks.
I think it was actually 3 weeks prior we decided this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I walked into my job and was like, surprise, I need a leave of absence. Anyways.
So yeah.
Yeah. We lounged a lot of this cruise but the times that we weren't just lounging, we had stuff to do.
There was still plenty of activity and tons to do. So
absolutely.
Definitely had fun.
Yeah. But you'll hear more about that on Friday.
Yeah, stay tuned. But should we end the episode off with the wish we had known?
Yes. All right. My wish you had known is going to be controversial. I know it already.
Ooh.
Well, potentially for people who know what I'm talking about. Okay. Maintaining our transatlantic cruise, ¿cómo se dice? Theming. I'm going to talk about one of our ports briefly.
Okay.
Just a hot take about a port. Okay.
Let's do it.
If I don't even want to start because I know you're going to make a face or do something. If you are going on a cruise and you stop in Barcelona, please, I beg of you, I'm warning you now, do not waste your time going to Parkwell. Hot take, wish I had known, so not worth it. So incredibly beyond not worth it. It's not even funny, actually. First of all, it was hard to get there from the cruise port.
Yeah.
So hard to get there. Expensive. I think our taxi was like 30 euro. Expensive. Okay. Nothing to do. And if you're going during Euro summer, hotter than all hell. Okay. Hotter than heck. So hot. Way too many people. There's nothing to do there. Literally nothing. The bathrooms are miserable. Miserable. Complete disaster. I could not recommend it less. And it was expensive. I think our tickets were $25.
Something around there, yeah.
Around there, $18 to $25, I think, somewhere we paid. And I think it depends on the day you go to, like the price range. Was it cool? Yes. For a total of 7 minutes. Maybe, if that. The 5 minutes, maybe, that we stood at the top of Parkwell was fine. But, like... Now, had we been in Barcelona for maybe 2 days, had we been in Barcelona for longer than 8 hours, sure, I would have done it. But we were in Barcelona for 8 hours.
6 hours, actually.
6. Oh my God, I'm still very resentful over this. Okay, anyways. We were there for a total of 6 hours. So maybe don't take this to heart if you're in port longer. Because, like, it was cool. had we had more time to like appreciate it. But it's not like in Barcelona.
Yeah, it was like 20-30 minute drive.
Yeah, outside of Barcelona. But we had to get to the port from the cruise. Like, we had to get to Barcelona from the cruise port anyways. Because when you dock, you still have to take, like, a little bus guy into Barcelona. So, like, that's already taking up part of your time. You know what I mean? If you are going to Barcelona for a cruise and you have a limited amount of time, please, please, please do not waste your time with Parkwell. I wish I had known that it would have been so miserably hot. There's, like, zero shade. There's nothing to do. And it just was not worth the money or the stress.
Yeah.
When there was so much more to see there and do there and experience that we could have done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my hot take / wish I had known of the day.
Very good one.
Did you like Parkwell?
I liked it, but I agree it wasn't worth it for the short time in port.
Yeah.
Like, I did not like it.
Right.
But for 6 hours, definitely wouldn't be my top choice.
Yeah. If I was like staying in Barcelona, I would go.
Yeah.
And enjoy it, you know, really take in the art.
Yeah.
But knowing that we were on a time crunch and wanting to see so many things, like we went to Parkwell before we even laid eyes on La Sagrada Familia, which like was not cool. Like that was a big bad idea because then we like got to La Sagrada de Familia and like looked at it and we were like, okay, we have to get back to the ship, which sucked because like I literally could marvel at it for like 45 minutes straight, which like anybody can. So I wish I had known.
Yeah. And also wish we had known to look at the port times.
Yeah.
Because like we didn't know and until like we were pulling into Barcelona. We're like, what time do we have to be back? 6 hours from now.
Yeah. Yeah. And mind you, it already took time because you had to get a bus. You have to. There's no other way to get to Barcelona from the port. You have to take like a shuttle from the cruise.
And we had to pay for it.
Oh my God.
Lots of wish. Mate, stay tuned. There's a lot of ins and outs.
We'll get there. But yeah, back to the wish you had known. I wish I had known that Parkwell was a tourist trap, Pinterest board aesthetic adventure. And I would have rather enjoyed more of the culture being there for such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
You know? What do you wish you had known?
Well, kind of tying back to Carnival. Mine's a Carnival one. Wish we had known. Again, this is a stupid one. A lot of people may think, but that they have Pepsi products on board.
I didn't know that until a few hours ago.
I know, I just posted a TikTok about this, but yeah, Pepsi products on Carnival Cruise.
No, how am I supposed to enjoy a guy's burger with a Pepsi? With a Starry? Are you joking?
That is a fair point. Like with a guy's burger, you want me to enjoy a Pepsi? No,
I need a Coke. Are you kidding?
No.
Does anyone look at Guy Fieri and think Pepsi? No. You think a crispy Diet Coke.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
wow.
crazy.
Now that you mention guys' burgers especially, never mind having Pepsi for 7 days straight. But with a guy's burger.
That sounds like, you know what? Actually, hang on, because this is just proving why we're not Carnival people, I fear.
Why we haven't been yet.
Pepsi, they're messing up their loyalty.
They're kind of expensive.
You know what? I'm going to stay true to myself, baby. That's crazy. Pepsi.
Yeah. I just don't get how people keep going back.
That's crazy. Like, what? Jen, we love you. Make it make sense.
And everybody's like, you can bring a 12-pack of soda on board. I don't want to have to lug on my...
You will catch me doing it, though.
Yeah, on the Carnival Cruise, I am bringing a 12-pack of Coke Zero.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah.
Now I get why people do it. You know, I always used to think that is such crazy behavior. I could not picture myself taking soda on board.
Because everybody does. You know what? And everybody is bringing non-Pepsi products. So,
Carnival, what are you doing?
And Carnival owns Holland America, and Holland America has Coke. So it's not like all Carnival brands are Pepsi.
What? That's crazy behavior,
so, like,
you guys.
I don't know what's going on. And again, jumping ahead a little into our Euro summer that we'll detail more. But when we went on our Greek Isles cruise, they had Pepsi.
Oh, I remember that. And we were miserable.
It was miserable. Of course, we got to go to Greece, and that was wonderful. But we were smuggling on Cokes from Greece.
Yeah.
Like, it dampened the mood having Pepsi on board.
I forgot we were doing that. Like, buying soda and port and bringing it back. Wow.
So, yeah, I know soda's not good for you, but I'm going to drink it.
Please. We're on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink just as many sodas as I want.
And I want them to be Coke. I need them to be Coke,
if I'm going to drink... you know what? That's a good point.
Pepsi's not worth it.
Because if I'm going to drink soda, it better be a Coke. That's crazy.
So yeah, wish we had known. If you're going on your first Carnival cruise expecting a crispy DC, you're not getting it.
No. Could you imagine that shock factor?
Yeah, can I get a Diet Coke? Is Pepsi or no?
Pepsi is not okay, actually. That's crazy. Get me off the boat, actually. That would be okay.
Okay. So yeah, but that's it for me.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I hope you have a great week. Don't work too hard.
Never work too hard. No. I hope you're on a cruise, to be honest with
Hopefully, yeah. Oh, happy 4th of July week. I hope you're out celebrating somewhere, vacationing somewhere. Take the week off. Yeah, you better not be working hard. It's a holiday week.
Period.
Yeah.
We're counting down.
Even though both of us are working and not vacationing this week. But
anyways,
with that, we will see you guys on Friday. And because Friday is 4th of July, most people are off. It's a federal holiday. We are going to do just a quick episode on Friday. We're talking about Disney on Friday. So it's there's a lot of Disney news. So we're just going to do that for Friday since it's just a federal holiday. Quick, easy.
Maybe you're headed to Disneyland the week after 4th of July.
Exactly. So might be applicable, but that's what we're going to do Friday. And then next week, Euro Summer is off. Prepare to be sick of Euro Summer because that's what the next month is going to be, but it's going to be interesting. So
yeah, we're going to talk about everything. What we did wrong, what we did right, what we wish we would have done, what we wish we didn't have done, didn't do.
We did transatlantic cruise. We spent 10 days in Italy. We did a Greek Isles cruise. We went to London. So there was a lot that we did, so stay tuned.
8 countries.
Yeah, we are diving into every single little bit of it. But yeah, with that, we'll see you guys on Friday. And
where to next?